What have I learned? Well, I have learned that I need to stick with what I do best, and that is utilizing Apple's applications in iLife and iWorks, especially since I want to become Apple certified. So begin, one of the major tools that I'll be using in my final major project and in the defense of my thesis is iMovie. iMovie is a tool that I've become better at since this class. I'm mainly using the tutorials that are provided for me. Though I've watched countless tutorials, having an explanation behind them has really helped, and seeing how they can be used in the classroom from my colleagues has been instrumental. However, it will be a big piece in what I do in the classroom and my project, as I said, mainly because we want to be able to display what we're learning through movies. And where I've become stronger is in an editing process. I've utilized these tutorials to learn how to edit more efficiently, more effectively, so my projects and what I'm doing with my kids will have more of an impact and more of a dramatic effect on our audience. The second tool that will be instrumental will be GarageBand. I'm a podcaster, I guess, by nature because of, or I'm a GarageBand person by nature because of my passion for music. However, in my classroom and throughout my defense of project-based learning, podcasting is key, is instrumental in providing a voice opportunity for the students to express what they have learned. It's an alternative method of assessment that I'm trying to get our administration to see. We debate in the classroom, our research and reports are done in podcasting, our interviews are done in podcasting. When we do kaleidoscope or jigsaw activities, we bring to the table a representation from each group. What they've learned, we put it in a podcast. And I think that it is a powerful piece to utilize, and the kids have really grown and blossomed from the opportunity to speak out in this particular format. And I'll continue to use that. We'll also be using Keynote, iPhoto, and iWeb. Keynote is what I use for presentations, and I don't teach PowerPoint. I would love to get into Flash, but at this present time I don't have the time to learn it as effectively as I would like to. But Keynote is an awesome tool to use, and we actually can do a little Photoshop work in Keynote, which I'm using in my final media project. But also iPhoto, digital camera is a huge piece in project-based learning. Labeling it, tagging it, using GPS and iPhoto, faces in iPhoto, mapping in iPhoto is a tremendous tool we'll be using. And to wrap it all up in project-based learning, we'll be doing some portfolio assessment that will be kept on iWeb. Each student that I'm using will have their portfolio done as a website. So we'll be using the pieces, the blogging pieces, which we'll also use an outside blog, but the podcast pages where they implement their own podcast, the movies, the blank screens where they actually can add whatever they like, will be instrumental in truly assessing project-based learning as a piece that is effective in everyday academics. And finally, the piece that I'm most excited about is STICM, which was introduced by our professor this past month. And I must apologize, Professor Joe. I'm usually not this aloof in the classroom, but circumstances are what they are, and thank you for the art of possibilities. However, STICM is something that's fascinating to me. I'm actually getting ready to implement it in my classroom before I actually add it to my final media project as a possible feature. What I'm doing is I'm trying to do an after hours session for my parents and students. Set up an hour time to where I will go live, and the students can log in or parents can log in, and we can chat about what's either going on in the classroom for that day, or we can discuss homework, or we can discuss our projects. Whatever it may be, this is a tool that I want to use to make more of an impact and a connection with my students. And since I'm talking about project-based learning, what a great way to use this tool to bring in our projects and have our students have their own show to defend their projects, to talk about their projects, and have other students or other people or other schools from across the country chime in either through the chat or even through the video to ask questions and help the student become more effective as a learner. That's what I've learned so far.